welcome back to Baking Time with Maija. Today we're making something extra good today. We're making sugar cookies and also show you how to make some frosting to put on top of them. So first I'll talk about what we need. So we need butter, about half a cup or around 113 grams or so of butter, preferably melted or really soft, flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, vanilla sugar, and 1 egg. With cookies, it's very tricky to replace eggs, but I've heard that replacing 1 egg with a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil works really well, or even maybe applesauce. So if you don't use eggs, try one of those and let me know how it turns out. And also we'll need some tools. We'll need a rolling pin to roll them out, as well as a hand mixer. You don't need a hand mixer, but it makes life easy. You can still use a fork or a whisk to mix everything together, but a hand mixer helps a lot, so I'm using it today. So first, before I do any baking, I always tie my hair back with my hair tied. Okay, and I wash my hands, and I'll say twinkle twinkle little star, so I know I've washed my hands long enough when they're nice and clean. Okay, and as always, drying my hands on a nice clean towel. Okay. So, first we need to sift the dry ingredients together. Sift means to put through a sieve. This is a sieve, and you can just put it through, and it helps kind of loosen them up and make them nice and fluffy, which is really great for cookies or cakes. So first, I'm going to take 2 cups of flour. So flour. Remember the Moomin mug measurement, a little less than a full Moomin mug. Okay, 1. And so, when you sift, you just, hopefully you have a bigger sieve than I do, but you just sort of shake it through and let it put a little bit in, and you shake, 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 back and forth. Not up and down, but back and forth, side to side. Yeah. And it's okay if some spills out, that's okay. As long as most of it gets shaken out and made nice and fluffy. It's a nice thing to share this with your sibling with you or another grown helping you to share this because it's fun to make things smell. Okay, and now the other dry ingredients, a bit of salt. So for salt, I'll need half a teaspoon, and I'll put my teaspoon away. Teaspoon. So just a little less than, just kind of give it an eyeball. Ask your grown-up. So about this much, not very much. And then you can sift it through too. Just put it in. Okay, great. And then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So, 1 teaspoon. And 2 teaspoons. Okay, good. It's all sifted together, looking good. Nice and fluffy. That looks very nice. Maybe you can see. Okay, so now we need to start with the wet ingredients. I have some butter that I melted. It doesn't have to be totally melted, just soft. I put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Ask your grown-up to do this if you have butter that's come straight out of the fridge. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to get another bowl, and I am going to measure out the sugar and then mix it with the butter. So I need 1 cup of sugar. There we go, so a little less than a full Moomin mug. That's 1 cup of sugar. And now I'll pour the butter. If it needs some help, you can take a spoon or something and there you go. So now I am going to cream the butter and sugar together. I will plug in the electric mixer. Always have your grown-up with you if you're using an electric mixer. Make sure either they're helping you with it or they're watching you. Okay. It is quite short, this cable, so I am going to bring the bowl over here and mix it here. Alright. You don't need to mix it at top speed, just like around 1 or 2, like around 2, I think, speed. Okay, so that was very fast. Now everything needs to look the same and be a nice creamy light yellow color. Now if you don't have have an electric mixer, that's okay. You can use a whisk or even a fork, but it just is much faster with an electric mixer. But if you're just relaxing at home and baking, it's no problem to take some extra time. Alright, so now I'm going to leave this here carefully. I'll plug it just in case. And now I'm going to add in the dry ingredients. Now, with the dry ingredients, you also use a electric mixer, or you beat it in by hand and you slowly put in a little bit at a time. Before you add the dry ingredients, finish the wet ingredients with an egg. Or applesauce or oil. Let me know if you're trying something like that. I'd love to hear the results. So, crack the egg. 1, 2. There you go. With eggs, it's important to keep your hands clean, and if you get a lot of egg on your fingers, it's important to wash your hands because there's some bacteria in raw egg. It's okay if you have it on your hands, just wash it off. Okay, so the egg is in here. I have the dry ingredients. So first, I'm going to mix in the egg with the electric mixer, and after that's mixed in, I will slowly add in the dry ingredients. Yes, okay, good. Yes, so about vanilla, you could use vanilla sugar, which is much easier to find here in Finland, or you could use vanilla extract. This is a liquid that you would find in a baking shop or somewhere with a few more things. But it's okay to use vanilla sugar, and even I've also made cookies without vanilla sugar or vanilla extract, and it's tasted fine. But these are vanilla sugar cookies, so it's important to have some vanilla in there, so I'll put in some vanilla extract today. Yes. And if you're using extract, add it last. If you're using vanilla sugar, you can mix it in with the other dry ingredients. So I need half a teaspoon of this. So just a little tiny bit. So, another teaspoon. It's just a small bit. Put it in. It smells really good, but it does not taste as good as it smells. You're gonna find that out for yourself at home if you have it. All right. Good. And I'll have one more round of the stand mixer just to make sure it's totally mixed in, and then we're done mixing. Okay, so now if you're not using egg, this is a good time to take off the beaters of the electric mixer and lick them. If you are using egg, it's not a very good idea because of salmonella, but ask your grown-up. Maybe they have an opinion on that. So now, it's looking very crumbly. So what we're going to do is we're going to just gently smush it together and then put it in the refrigerator to set and cool a little bit. So just just press your hands in. See, because now it's already coming together. Just press your hands in gently and make sure there aren't too many crumbs. Just give it a little massage. It looks an awful lot like dough because you made a very nice cookie dough. So now you can put this in the refrigerator for as long as you like, really 30 minutes, an hour, even overnight if you're doing late night baking. But I'll put it in now and I'll show you how to make icing. Okay, hello everyone. While our cookie dough chills in the fridge, we can go ahead and make some nice frosting for after the cookies are baked. So this is a very simple frosting recipe. You just need 1 cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, some milk, and I'm using lemon for flavor, but you can also use vanilla extract or vanilla sugar for flavor. Yes, so it's 1 cup of powdered sugar, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk, and about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, vanilla sugar, or just the juice of half a lemon. I'm going to mix the lemon juice of 1 lemon with powdered sugar, and if it's still kind of dry, I'll add a little bit of milk. That's how I make it with lemon juice. You can also make it with oranges or limes or whatever citrus fruits you have laying around. Maybe grapefruit. That'd be very interesting. Alright, anyway, so first we need to sift the powdered sugar because it makes it fluffy and easy for mixing. So I have my sieve. But first we measure it, of course. So we need 1 cup. So we'll just, and it's okay if it gets everywhere, because cleanup time is when everything bakes. And it's nice to have, alright, good. Alright, a little bit more. There we go. About a cup, yes. And now we'll sift it into the bowl. We're back, not up and down, but back and forth. There we go. And this gets very kind of crumbly, so it's really good to sift this. Okay, so now all of this beautiful powdered sugar, this looks like a big snowy mountain. Now I'm going to squeeze in the juice of 1 lemon. Now you can squeeze it by hand, or if you have a juicer, that's a very good idea. Enough liquid for the sugar to mix together and make a frosting. If it isn't enough liquid, I have some oat milk here. You could use cow's milk or whatever milk you have at home to make it a bit thinner. But I think this is a good amount. I will need some more powdered sugar, so I will sieve that in. It's alright if you don't have if it's very thick, you add a bit of milk. If it's too thin, you add in more powdered sugar. You can use a whisk or a fork. I'm using a fork because I don't have a whisk or fork today. So it's a little bit liquid, but that's okay because I'll show you how to put it on the cookies without it getting everywhere. I had a feeling if I used milk, it would not be as liquid, so try that if you don't want it to be so thin. And now I'm going to add a bit of food coloring, just for some fun. Looks fun. Let's mix it together. Ooh, it's so bright. Very nice bright green. Super. Alright, so now I will put this aside, maybe put it in the refrigerator, especially if you use milk, and I'll see how the dough is doing. And we can make some cookies. Alright, okay, welcome back everyone. Now the dough is nice and chilled, so we'll take it out and roll it out and make some cookies. So first, before you roll dough out anywhere, always put flour on a nice clean surface. So you can use your countertop, or I'm using the trolley here. If you're trolley at home, I suppose you could use it, but not normally for cooking. Yes, so first put some flour. And just very generously kind of sprinkle it around. Okay. And get some flour on your hands and your rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you could use a glass bottle that's clean. I've certainly done that before. So just make sure there's lots of flour everywhere. And now we can take the dough out of the bowl. It might be a bit difficult to take out, just use your fingers and take it out. Also, before you put it in, you could have made it into a ball, but it's up to you. So, got it here. Scraping it out. It might be a bit crumbly, and that's okay. Just kind of squeeze it all together. Let's just bring this all out. Yeah, there you go. All right. So now let's press it all together into a nice ball, if it isn't already a ball. There we go. All the little crumbly bits are in there too, or as much as you can. There we go. Okay. So now let's get rolling. Let's make sure there's flour underneath here. Squish it into a nice ball shape. Again, it's okay if it's crumbly. This means it has lots of butter and goodness in there. Alright, so this ball, and then you roll it out with a rolling pin. If you have one that is your size, perfect. Use that. Really press down. Cut around to make sure everything's right. Yeah, super. Okay, so now I have some cookie cutters. So I have a pig and a butterfly, a rooster, a heart, and a tiny car. See what cookie cutters you have around at home. If you don't have any, you could use a glass and press it down and just make circular cookies. But shapes are awesome and fun, so I'm going to cut out a few fun shapes. First I'll use the rooster. See how he's going. And when we cut them out, you can put them directly on the baking tray. So I'll bring it over here. I have a baking tray with wax paper, as always. This rooster. Now it's best to cut the cookies around the edge. Gently lift it up. Oh, here's a rooster. Oh, this is fun. Now I have my tray full of hearts and pigs and butterflies and cars, so I'm going to put this in the oven. Your grown-up should have preheated this to about 200 degrees, and your grown-up will help you put it in the oven. So I'll pop it in. So you wait it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. And when they're golden brown, have your grown-up take them out of the oven. See you in a bit. So now it has been about 8 to 10 minutes. Make sure to take them out before they become really golden brown. Just when they start to get kind of a little bit brown around the edges, take them out right away. So I'm doing that now. Have your grown-up do this for you. Okay, ooh. Oh, it's nice. Alright, and I'll turn off the oven. Okay, now my cookies have cooled off completely, and now I can decorate them with some frosting and even some sprinkles. If you have sprinkles at home, break them out. It's a good time for sprinkles. Alright, so with kind of a thinner frosting, it's good to use a brush. Yeah, so hopefully you have one of these at home. If you don't, you could also use a small spoon, just sort of spoon the frosting over the cookies. So I will go ahead and put them on the plate one by one and frost them there. So I'll first start with this lovely pink right here. I'll give it a bit of a glaze. Not too much, otherwise it gets really sticky. There we go. Oh, and I think I'll put some sprinkles on. Very carefully with your grown-up. Don't put too much, or put as much as you like, because it's just a good time with sprinkles. Okay, now I have some very nice cookies plated with some sprinkles, and I'm very excited to have this person here to try my cookies because you might know him from the puppet show. It's the Swedish chef. Hello, come on over.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. It's so nice that I could come because
Oh, of course.
I have to say I was smelling. I was this is gonna be good.
Yeah, please have one. I'm so happy you can come try my cookies.
Oh, can you help me? Can you help me? There's
Yes,
a
would you
little
like
bit
a
big.
car?
I'm a bit small. Can you pick
Yeah,
one?
would you like a car?
Oh, I love
Oh, okay.
Oh, they are really good children. You should try this at home. Yummy. Thank you, Maija.
I'm so glad you like them. You're welcome.
All in my tummy.
Very
Yummy.
So if you like this video and you made the recipe, please show me some pictures, tell me how it went. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the notifications bell, and like this video. See you next time.